Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Laurel Park. Naomi Tucker alongside Keith Fusel. Happy Federico Tessio week. What a gorgeous day out here today.
We've got a beautiful day. We're like matching. We look like ready for the Black Eyed Susan day heading to Pimlico, right? You know, got the color coordination going on. But, yeah, great day. Finished up a good weekend of racing. Looking forward to another great weekend of racing this week with some stakes action.
Yeah, we got back-to-back stakes action coming up, actually. But let's look ahead as we highlight Federico Tessio stakes this Saturday, including the Weber City Miss Stakes as well. Both of them winning you're in for their respective divisions. So that's Tessio winning you're in for the Preakness Stakes, obviously the main race, the middle jewel of the Triple Crown, our feature race at Pimlico Racecourse. And in the Weber City Miss, winning you're in for the Black Eyed Susan. So very much looking forward to those coming up this Saturday and then the week after. Of course, more stakes action that we'll get to in just a bit. But let's have a look at these track conditions. The main track is fast. The sun is out. We aren't racing on the turf course. They made the call not to start today. Let's hope we get the chance to do so tomorrow.
Yeah, and you want to do the right thing by the turf course right now, right? I mean, hey, we've got a long road ahead of us of turf season, and we're going to trust in everybody's judgment here. Possible rain later this afternoon as well in the air. Maybe some pop-up storms and showers. So I think it's the right call. We're going to have plenty of turf action this year. Looking forward to it. There were a couple races I was looking to today, those two. There was a maiden race I thought was wide open, but we're going to have more chances as time goes on.
Oh, there will be more of those on the turf for you to find some value. And so let's have a look at today's card. We've got 9 live races coming your way. Race number 1 starts at early pick 5 sequence. And we'll start with our joint top selection in here. Dilly Dilly Filly for trainer Jamie Ness. We look back to the 22nd of January. You can see her there. She was a number 2 there on the day. Today, number 1. She was on the pace just behind the leader before kind of aggressively being asked to move up to her flanks on the turn. Now, that leader there was always talking, looked loaded, but Dilly Dilly Filly wanted more, fought for it, and really opened up in the end.
I can tell you one thing. I bet you she's going to be a good mare down the road, right? Dilly Dilly Filly. She's all racehorse. She really is. Attacks here and just keeps going. I went back and looked at that last race at Parks, Naomi. Yeah, you seen her kind of inexplicably a little further back. Took a little closer look. She kind of hopped in the air ever so slightly. It took her a little while to get going. When she got going, she finished up well. She's got tactical speed in here with a good break. She'll be right there with it, ready to attack, I believe, early on and get it done. Right now, 1-2. Hopefully she floats up a little bit. We've got some scratches. A little note about the track on Sunday, though. It had a little bit of a wide kind of feel to it. We'll see if it plays out again this afternoon. But needless to say, shorter field. I think Jamie Rodriguez will get this horse in very good position by the time they hit the quarter pole.
Agreed. She has that low draw, but he can always kind of move her out a little bit, because indeed on Sunday it felt like some of the horses, the speed on the rail wasn't really holding up as strongly. So we'll have to see how this week's track shapes up. But as we already said, we are back on a fast track. Both you and I use the veteran mare, 6-year-old mare as well here, Blue Sky Venezuela in our exacta. She made it 2 in a row when back at the nickel level, 2 starts back, and then at the start allowance level here. Look, she's run against these before. Now, Dilly Dilly Filly might be tough to catch for her, but I feel like she can best the others.
Yeah, and I think she's wants to go and attack a little bit early. She rode the kind of wave of the racetrack. That was on the 20th, right, of March. But she's in tip-top form right now. Linda Albert has got her back on her game. She maybe has a little bit of a home field advantage over the shipper first forever, who's no slouch in her own right. Her figures definitely stack up. She's been right there with Dilly Dilly Filly. How will she handle this try at Laurel Park? She's kind of left that safe haven up there at Penn National.
And then Joyful Nose is trying to get back to winning away as well. 8-year-old mare. Just a couple of, hard-knocking ladies in here that are coming back for more to open up the 9-race card here. Race number 2 is start of that early pick 4. Oh, as we've all come accustomed to, I'm just going to go and look towards your corner.
See what we got.
Here.
Hey, we did it on Sunday with a $9 ticket. Now, the return wasn't glorious. It was $73.
$73, right?
But it's not bad. What's that, 8 times your money?
For a $9 ticket, that's wonderful.
I'll take that all day long. As Mike Ansell used to
say,
just keep punching until your fingers start breaking off. I love it. Race 2, 2 deep. We go with the 2 and the 4. We're going to try. This ticket was much more expensive when I first put it down. and I chopped early, and I hope it doesn't come back to get me. So 2 and 4, I could use maybe the one. I could go 1, 2, 3, 4. If you can really afford it, grab a friend, do it. 4, 7, 8 in the third. Race 4 with the 3, 5, and 7. Another tough race, very competitive race 4. I left out the one Curlington. First time farrier could be a danger from well back. And race 5 with the 1, 9, and 12. Make that note. Race 5, we are off the turf. That was that maiden special weight race. Scratch the 2, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11. That's going to leave me with the 1, 9, and 12 in there. $27 for the early pick 4.
Yeah, race number 2 is a claiming $10,000 to $8,000 event, 5.5 furlongs. The distance. Look, I thought this was wide open. I ended up not even using your top selection here. I tried to come up with a price play, landed on number 3, Charm City Band for Crystal Pickett, who drops down in class from that claiming 16 level to the 10, has the right running style. I think he's going to be able to sit behind the pace. Comes in fresh after that 2.5 month breaks and has run and won against tougher over this distance.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about it. A little bit of speed, where to go. It looks like it's tailed off, caught some off tracks. The little drop has faced much better of recent. So this is going to be a relief for Charm City Band. Would not be a surprise to me to get it done. I just didn't. That ticket was going to be way too expensive. As I said, if you can afford it, I might even still throw them in. But to keep it honest, I had to drop them. But I will try to see if I got a couple buddies in the press box. We can put our money together. Charm City Band, yes. I go with the Cairo Kid. He's taking the hot riders, Yaron Bambosa. This is a fast horse. Like the change attacks last time, was able to make another re-rally into a fast horse. Might be moving the right way. I don't think this is a big jump. This horse has some figures to go back that really work against these horses.
Yeah, I was kind of put off by a couple of those clunker races, but definitely that last race moves him back up here. I'm not going to talk anyone off the Cairo Kid, who has indeed plenty of speed, and this is the distance that he wants to go. Both you and I also look towards Pepe and Haywood on the rail. He's not the only early pace in here. There are a fair few that are going to try and jump and dominate, but he has that low draw, which possibly would help him.
He was super strong last time. He went out there. You see the short comment hand drive. He just destroyed that field. All summer King back to win. That was on an off track. How does he bring that to the fast track? But when he's right, he's learned to battle on the front end. He's going to have company. Certainly, Zorb wants to go. The Cairo Kid is going to be up there with the pace. Who's lurking? A Chambo from the back of the pack, shortening up for Damon. A Reclaim, second now back off of that Reclaim. I think will come firing late.
Yeah, I use him underneath as well, just because of what you just mentioned, the abundance of flow in here to have someone like Shambo lurking. Race number 3, claiming 16 to 12,500, 4 straight 3-year-old fillies, 6 furlongs. The distance here, we'll start with your top selection, Keith. That is the number 8, No More Mask. I have her in my exacta for trainer. Now David Howard, claimed from John Salzman Jr. 6-day turnaround after that claim. Are we thinking that's a bit fast?
That's quick. There's no doubt about it. Maybe they're hoping whatever she's been doing, she can bring it back one more time. She is a 4-time winner, right? So she likes to win. She did everything kind of easily last time out. Just tracked the pace, went up there in hand. Short turnaround, but she's got a good draw with positional speed. I think she can be tough. She might have one more left in her. Trainer has not done great off the claim of recent note. I mean, they run okay, but this filly does know how to win. I agree with you, though. Your top selection, Red, White, and Tacos, this little drop could get her over the top.
And gets back to the sprinting distance after just stopping in her last handful of starts. And like you said, she drops back down in class. And she broke her maiden over course and distance with a closing effort. So she might just get back to that running style here for trainer Damon Delodo Fico. Both of us also use the number 4, Soaring Cougar, who is going to just try and dominate in here over that 6 furlong for Mary Ray Jr. Do you think she has to run a touch faster, though, in terms of numbers?
She does. She's got that one race back, a 54 at Gulfstream. Could that have been a little bit inflated? But the barn, they haven't really won off the claim lately, but they're hitting the board. I'm like 50-60% of the time, so tough to leave out. And again, she's got that positional speed. I think she'll be lurking from just off the pace once they hit the top of the lane.
Absolutely. As we move on to race number 4, Nico starter allowance, started that rainbow pick 6, and we do know we have Tim Tulloch with us this afternoon, and he created a rainbow pick 6 ticket for us, and this is how he plays it: 5, 7, and 9. Race number 4, 3 deep again in that maiden special weight. Race number 5 that is now on the dirt. He uses the 1 Ferris Triumph as well as the number 2. I do believe, don't know if that one's lining up here, so we'll have a look if that's entirely correct. But he has a single in race number 6, which is the number 8, Mama G's Wish for trainer Jerry Robb. Drops down from that Beyond the Wire race. That was too far for her, too deep of a company. I like that kind of move for her here. 4 deep in race number 7, 2, 3, 4, and 10. And then in race number 8, uses the 2, the 4, and the 6 in that optional claim of first other than level. That's a good race coming your way. Race number 9, 1, 4, and 6. Hopefully you're still alive in that rainbow pick 6. $64.80 a ticket starts in race number 4. And we'll dive into this race for ourselves here. 1 turn, 1 mile, the distance for this nickel start allowance. And look, I had my note here saying wide open question mark. This is a race where definitely some value to be found. I actually, at your top selection, Titans were on and off and on and off. In the end, I didn't use him this morning, but he's an ultra consistent performer. He won 2 out of his last 3, finishes in the money all the time. I guess I just wonder if that turn back to the 1 turn mile is going to help him, or if he is just a touch better around 2 turns.
Change his surface. Boy, has found himself way back in some of these route races. This mile distance, I don't like him to be too far out of it, turning for home. I know it's a longer run, okay, but you don't usually see horses make a slew, make up a ton of ground from head of the lane home. So you got to have some momentum coming into the stretch. I think he's going to need a little bit of help up front. He might get it. I mean, JJD, the 5 Titans will. It's game time. They kind of all have that same running style. So maybe it will set up. Carlington's got back numbers to go. 13579. That kind of looks like the horses in here, and I think you've got to spread around if you're playing the multi races. I go with the 3 Titans. Well, I think he's a horse. He's consistent. The mile distance works for him, and I think he's going to be kind of drug right up to a good trip in here from just off the pace.
Yeah, I feel like I'm just a little bit nitpicking with him, saying, "Oh, is he better over 2 turns?" Because I went with a horse that we don't even know if he's going to like Laurel Park. Curlington on the rail for trainer Anthony Ferrier, but he returns to the main track. Last time on the main track, that was at Hawthorne. He went the mile and 8. He won with a very, very strong figure. That was an 80 buyer that day. First via the claim for a red hot stable. He's race fit. I think I have to take a chance here, and perhaps I can get some value as well.
Okay, I think it works. I think, this 5, the question mark again, you run to Charleston, you win at Penn, you're coming back. This is a little tougher group, but he's run fast, and he's got a horse like the 7. It's game time coming here, 3rd time now for Ness, cycling up to really good numbers. This horse is scary from on or just off the pace.
Yeah, I use him underneath as well. Like I said, this is a deep field, and you already mentioned how consistent he is. JJD is most likely going to try and get to the front. Another runner for the Ferrier stable in here who also makes the transfer to Laurel Park, but he is very, very honest. Comes in here on back-to-back victories. Yeah,
I'm a little concerned of who he's beaten the last 2. This is going to be the telltale for him. He's run fast enough, no doubt. I've looked at some other things, with other figs. They work. It was strong. How's he going to stack up against this group today? Maybe look for a little bit better price, which I think I might get with Titans will.
Well, let's talk about Lost My Voucher, because you put in a video to show us how he didn't have the easiest of trips last time out. He had to work to gain position, ends up kind of moving out wide, and then just continues to kind of get shut out, steady. You can tell he's fighting Horatio a little bit. Just not a great beginning.
No, he just never got comfortable, probably through the first at least quarter of a mile, maybe even a little bit more, Naomi. But man, once he did, I give him credit. He was able to work out a trip and rally into it. There it is again. Just keeps on steadying along into the backstretch. Yeah, you feel sometimes for these riders, you get some of these horses, they're headstrong. They're just tough to kind of get them to settle. This guy's had experience, so he's got plenty of races under his belt. What's he run 21 times? So you think by now he'd get it straight. But he draws outside. Everything's going to develop in front of him, and he's got the ability to make a run like he did. I know this was 2 turns, the rerun we're showing. Back to 1 turn should not be an issue for Lost My Voucher.
I think he's well spotted in here, but you want to try and get some value on him, right? This is an ultra competitive race. This is the type of horse that you want to get a good price on. As we'll take a quick break, and then we'll be back with race 5. Gearing up for that Preakness 147. Tickets are on sale, and look, this is just going to be a wonderful renewal. Plenty of action in the infield festa as well, so do come and join us. But race number 5 is a maiden special weight. We're now on the main track. Late pick 5 starts here as well, so we might as well dive into that one first. I went 3 deep here now that we're on the main track. I used the 1, the 9, and the 12. Race number 6, I go 2 deep, keying around the number 1, Just Happy on the rail for trainer Jamie Ness, as well as Mama G's Wish for Jerry Robb, taking that significant class release. 3 deep, excuse me, in race number 7, using the 2, the 3, and the 4. That optional claim and starts allows. We're also now on the main track there. And then race number 8 and race number 9, this is not a typo. I actually did go with the same numbers. Golden Eyes the number 4, as well as number 6, and Must Be Love for trainer Dale Capuano. Possible upset for Golden Eyes. Race number 9, again, the number 4, Divine Proportion, as well as the number 6 in here. That's my dude for trainer Kieran McGee to hopefully round things off strongly. $36 flat late pick 5 ticket that starts in race number 5. Like I said, maiden special weight for 3, 4, and 5-year-old. We're going to go the mile here on the dirt, not on the turf here, so do make a note there. And look, we have similar horses here, just a little bit of different order. You landed on number 12, Serifos, the main track only entry for trainer Graham Motion. I use him underneath. Going to be a second start after the break, and of course, as highlighted by the fact that he's an MTO, they wanted this race to come off the turf.
Exactly. I like it when trainers like this kind of trainers have had good fortune with turf runners, and they say, okay, we're going to stay in here. Serifos, that was the first time gelding last time out. We saw the change of surface. This horse ran pretty good. Was down on the worst part of the racetrack and just kept on grinding. Comparative time, final time on a similar variant to Hatchor. Okay, that gives me a little bit more value as well, because I know they're going to come in gaudy numbers, buyer numbers on the 9, but I think even some more improvement to be expected for the 12 here today for Grand Motion.
Yeah, no, those were gaudy numbers indeed. Look, I hence used Hatchur here on top. Second after a break as well. Got kind of a little bit tired though in the belated stages. Kept on going, didn't switch leads. Now the extra furlong here, I'm thinking he is going to keep going, but I do hope he'll switch his lead here for us to really give us that extra oomph. But look, it was honest figures. Looking at the time from US figures as well, they stacked up. So he kind of seems to be the horse to beat in this one.
Looks like a horse, again, has improved since gelded a couple races back on that barn change. You're going back, but this is his 3rd time. The key is for him, can he make maybe that move, that quick move on the turn and separate and clear instead of if he gets right up with a horse and has to hook somebody maybe to 3/16, is he going to hang a little bit? Does he really want to go by? So we shall see. Going to be a short price is the 9 at shore with Grant Whitaker.
What about Pharaoh's Triumph? Trainer Jose Corrales, he's an improving type. He didn't break as fast on his main track debut. That was on his 2nd career start. But I think with a cleaner beginning, it's going to set him up for a better performance. He was still able to make up plenty of ground.
No doubt, no doubt. He was picking it up. It was a horse. Word was out a little bit. He took some money. He just didn't fire. I don't think you're going to see him find himself that far back today. Willing past the wire, get some extra ground here, second off of a break. Yeah, there's going to be some move up, I believe, from this one horse.
I think so as well. Let's talk about race number 6. 6 furlongs the distance here, claiming $40,000 to $32,000 here. Straight 3-year-old fillies. I've got a couple of horses of interest, and we'll start with your video spotlight in here. That is on the number 4. I'm Getting There for trainer Hamilton Smith. I feel like the flow here is going to set up for her. She had to wait a little bit here though to find some room, to find a seam, to get out. But once she got into the clear, it looked like she visually accelerated. We don't see that too often on the main track, really visually looking like they're going a lot faster than everyone else. That's kind of what she showed late.
Yeah, I like the way she finished up. A little lucky here to find that seam, right? He had to kind of work his way out. Our short comment knifed that's way between horses and did. I mean, maybe a slight little brush there, but really finished up well, moving in the right direction. I mean, just steadily improving in the figures. Now, she hasn't been able to get the Mama's G's Wish. Will she be able to kind of do it today? I'm not so sure, but she's a player. Ears prick, moving forward, going away at the line. She's a user from off the pace, no doubt.
Yeah, I agree. You use the number 1. You're happy as your top pick. You have a staff for trainer Jamie Ness with fill-in maiden breakers.
Yeah, this one, she just keeps running good Good, good. Finally broke the maiden. Took her a while, but look at this. Ness with the last 3 years on the dirt. 8 for 22, 36%. 17 for 22 in the money with the 3-year-old filly maiden breakers last out. You got that right now with Just Happy. Look at the ROI, 349. Looked at that race this morning. A little bit of a slow start. Not terribly slow, but man, she made her way easy up to the field. And once she got the seam on the rail, she shot through it, separated, and then turned away some challenges through the stretch. She's going in the right direction. I like how she's got that quick burst, and I think Rodriguez is the perfect rider to just kind of sit there, spy what's going on up front. If he wants to be aggressive early, go ahead, but if not, she's going to bring a finish.
Yeah, I watched that race back as well. My note were the field had no answer to her late. She just kind of kept clearing, and that was the end of it. Now, my question, of course, is can she continue to find her stride like she did last time? Because that was a lovely jump up for her. She'll have to continue improving, because if you want to beat a horse like Mama G's Wish, you got to come with a career best performance here. They stepped Mama G's Wish up to States Company in the Beyond the Wire stake. Now she was stretching out in distance there. She was up against the likes of Luna Bell, Click to Confirm. You know, stakes runners, especially Luna Bell, one of the most talented 3-year-old fillies we have right now on the circuit. Love that they bring her back here. This is her level, and just a much more appropriate distance.
And horses that have come out of that Beyond the Wire, they've come back a little bit to reality. They've run well. So that's a key for her. So don't even really kind of pay attention. 6 feet and 18. Go back and look. 4 races, you know, right in a row, 4 wins. Before that, she's another one. She's going to loop and swoop in here. No doubt about it. Always Mia Goes. I think Sister Supreme and Dry Well, they're part of that pace flow. Mama G's Wish will be circling.
Yeah, no, I think she's going to be very tough in here. I know that it's Tim Tulloch's single on his Rainbow Fix 6, so a lot riding on Mama G's Wish. Race number 7, optional claimant starts allows. Will be running on the main track against a 1 mile on the dirt here. Same exact picks. We don't have it too often. Let's hope it bodes well. We'll both land on the number 4 Fun while it lasted for trainer Brittany Russell. First time on the main track. But look, I was looking at the pedigree. Pedigree still suggests a bit of turf.
Yes.
But there have been some siblings who have done well on the main track. So just have fun while it lasted. If she can convert her turf figures, she should be tough in here. But look, you look at those turf figures, she stands over them here in this field. But she has to do that on the dirt.
And looking at the works, you're saying, okay, a couple of bullets in Brittany we trust. So I'm good with that.
Yes.
After that, all right, and I'm glad. I didn't dig a little deeper in the pedigree. I didn't have a chance. I didn't have some time, but I'm glad that you kind of cemented the fact that there is some dirt there. So, yeah.
I mean, it's more of a turf lean,
for sure. When you see
the dirt performances are there, thankfully.
So I'll take going to be a short price, though.
Yeah, but knowing the funk being scratched for trainer Hamilton Smith, she would have taken some money. Let's talk about the number 3, Mary Jane Chrome from Mikey Girales. First time against winners, but the way she drew off after dueling over 7 furlongs suggests that she got plenty of bottom to make that 1 mile work for her.
I like that move. A little patience, a little attack mode. We're going to drop down a class, and that was a confidence builder. She did it pretty impressive visually. I mean, that wasn't super fast, but she did it well within herself. I like that. She definitely can move up off of that effort. I don't think the extra ground is going to be too much of a problem for Mary Jane Chrome.
No, I agree with you there. We move on to race number 8, optional claim at first level, 5.5 furlongs. The sprinting distance is a fun little race as well. Let's talk about the number 6, Must Be Love first. We have a video spotlight on her maiden breaking score last time out, where she went 3 wide, making a move into the one of the faster sections of the race, swooping down the center of the lane, does actually hook up with one of her foes here on the inside, the number 4, When I Get to Heaven. But she was able to just kind of show her class here and then draw away. Now, huge jump up in speed figure, though, from 54, 57 to 71. Is she going to find this group a bit tougher? I'd say so, and she'll have to replicate something like that.
I think the group could be, it looks to be a little bit tougher, no doubt about it. But things got put together here in the third lifetime start. She was well meant right out of the box, took play, disappointment, second start. But here, this was it. Lights out. Maybe it might have been on the best part of the race. Over to the left lead late. That was a sharp move into a pretty good pace, some quicker horses. Yeah, it looks like the light bulb kind of turned on for Must Be Love. But she's got to deal with Golden Eyes, who's really kind of another one turned the corner. She's run big. Her every race has been good, but I thought that move last time was good. Into a very quick pace. Game, horse Uncle Buddy, who's got some good races, I think, up at Parks against some really quality individuals. jewels. And Golden Eye's right back for me from Honor just off of it.
Yeah, I'm trying to beat Golden Eyes. I mean, you look at the figures; they're very, very strong. But I'm banking on a progressive type in Must Be Loved. But look, Golden Eyes went 4-3 wide, battling for that early advantage last time out. Continued as game as could be. My only question mark was that I didn't find a work since that last March 27th race, which was about 18 days in between.
Yeah.
Just wondering if they had a slight hiccup, or if they're just thinking, look, we're just keeping him ticking over, and we'll just have him 2-minute licking, for example, and in that way arrive in this field.
And coming back to 5.5 off the 7, just keep the horse on its toes, keep it sharp. He should be fine. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk about the number 2 as well. Both of us use Jonas round on Kern underneath Mario Strait Jr. He's made some rallies and some very, very decent moves, but I guess just not enough for the win. But I like his 2 last efforts coming into this, though.
Yeah, I mean, sharp improvements. You're going back. This guy is figured it out, too. Lantau, nothing to sneeze about. Big jump. Claim for 10, up to 12.5, up to 40. We talked about it, though. These 3-year-olds is level, it's just kind of how the races have come along. So a 25 might be just as good or even better than some of these 40s we've seen. He's caught the right kind of fields. His numbers are consistent. Still has to improve a little bit to beat the top 2 selections here that we've got.
Yeah, I agree as well. The nightcap is race number 9, Nickel Claimers. Numbered as 2, live 5.5 furlongs. The distance sort of 3-year-old and up. Numbered as a 2 in their entire career, like I just highlighted. Same horses here, but let's start with our exacta play, Divine Proportion, the number 4. We go back to her last race for trainer Damon Lodovico. Look, there was a runaway pair there, right? Baltimore Bud, Dijon going head to head. Divine Proportion was the first of the field, as you can see here, to give chase. She started to pick off a tired Baltimore Bud, gets up to Dijon, swoops around Dijon, who was a short price favorite. Looked like she had it, but unfortunately for her, he had just picked one, a deep closer that just got her. But he came back to win as well.
Quick bit on the turn. I've got the comment here. Maybe just a little too quick. Had that horse measured, no doubt about it. I mean, Dijon within that early duel, was going to soften up a little bit. But just pick one just a little too good that day. Came back to win at Penn National with the 53 buyer. But again, Divine Proportion, it's taken a while, but it looks like he's back to his best form. Should be very, very tough right back. Nobody's going to, I don't think, get terribly far away from him. He'll have him in his sights. I think the question mark, my top selection, your top selection, how's That's My Dude going to handle the transition from the synthetic to the dirt? I think he's going to be fine. You look at the breeding. There's a couple members of the family that have run. You've got Kieran off the claim. He's been lights out over the last month or so off the claim. Yeah. So, and you might get just a little bit better price. They're going to be pretty close probably when it's all said and done.
Yeah, he went straight to the front last time out to get the win. But like you said, those first 5, the claim stats for the McGee barn are just very, very strong. So we believe that this was can keep finding, keep improving, and switch it over to that main track as well. So we got plenty to discuss in lightning round. Federico Tessio on Saturday is bound to be a strong race. Winning, you were in for the 147 running of the Preakness, mile 8 the distance. And look, these 2 are coming back to go at it together. You can see Shake 'em Loose right there in front, and Joe desperately trying to get to him. Do you think that there is a possibility that the form might be reversed?
Certainly could. I mean, Shake 'em Loose. Can he just keep this improvement of form, right? I mean, the race prior was just, eye-catching, the move that he's made. He's been able to use that turn of foot around the turn, separated himself, switched over left lead late, but held sway. Yeah, I mean, Joe, I think he needed that race. I think he's going to come back, maybe move up off of that one. But there's a couple horses, though coming in, chippers. Names are slipping my mind. Did the morning line, finish it up this morning.
Yeah, South Street's coming in for Bill Mott.
Yes, and you've got a horse from the inside, Vine Jet, and one other one from Parks that has a shot. Is it Smartin?
No, we had
going.
Mr. Jefferson.
Smarten Up. There's another horse getting first Lasix that's doing the right thing right now. I think it's a highly competitive group.
Yeah, no, I think it's going to be a terrific race. As we move on to the fillies equivalent, of course, the Weber City Miss will be a winner, and you're in for the Black Eyed Susan. And look, fan favorite, she has done nothing but deliver. 4 stakes win in a row. Luna Bell for trainer Hamilton Smith is back for more. Very excited to see her in here. Of course, she'll have to get the job done, but what a treat would it be if she can stretch around the mile and 16 here. She can line up in the Black-Eyed season. Really that home team, you know, Philly that's been doing so well here on the Mid-Atlantic
Some
circuit.
people that I've been involved with around through Ellery down in South Carolina, the whole gang, Hammy, Gorey, and the Greens. Just a great story. I happened to be down there, and they had some video of them all watching it down at the Ellery Training Center going back, was that March the 19th, if I'm not mistaken. But yeah, she's answering every question. You know, I was a little concerned. How was she going to stretch out, you know, the sprint out to now it's 2 turns. How is she going to go into? But it looks like whoever wants to come up to her, Candy Lake made a good run. She said, nah, see you later, and just kicked back away. And she wasn't walking away from the field. She was running away from the field late.
Yeah, no, I remember that in the earlier stages of her career, she kept running into trouble, that closing style that she has, but now she's really sort of grown into that. I think she's a lot more professional. She's a bit of a headstrong lady, but I feel like she's really developmentally as well. So happy for all the connections. Really excited to see her back up for Dennis Arua has done nothing but perfectly position her. I thought it was really interesting that last time beyond the bar, she was so much more forwardly placed. And Dennis Arua told me that wasn't really the plan, but she jumped so well. So I actually love that she has that ability to sit closer and still capitalize. I really think that helped her out.
Yeah, she's just, I mean, boy, just look at the numbers, look the way she's developing. I hope for us, you love a horse on a circuit like that just to show that well.
Absolutely. As we'll move on to Easter Sunday, there won't be any live racing. Happy Easter, though, from all of us here at the Maryland Jockey Club. But yeah, so make sure that you know to go and have some fun with your family and friends. Celebrate Easter, and then we'll be back again with stakes action, actually, the week after. And look, talking about spring, the Spring Turf Festival is next week as well. Like I highlighted, we have back-to-back weeks of top class action, 5 stakes races in total, $500,000 on the line.
This is always a really good card. I love these races. And, you know, turf is going to be ready to rock and roll. Weather looks like leading in looks pretty good. We've got some warm days ahead of us. Yeah, I mean, just we talked about some horses before the show today from the Henry S. Clark winners of that. Horses like Flash Phelps and things. I mean, just cool horses. You go back and search the history of these races, what it's produced.
Yeah, no, really looking forward to it, highlighting all that turf action. Talking about tomorrow, though, Stronach 5 Friday. This will be your last chance to play the Stronach 5. Take a bit of a pause and be looking at the different wagering options that the Stronach Group and First Bet will be providing. We got a good handle here. We open up the sequence and we close it as well. It's a lovely honor for us here at the Maryland Jockey Club. Of course, race number 8, a maiden special weight on the turf, 5.5 furlongs distance. That is a deep field.
Deep field there, no doubt about it. Morning line favorite, you've got the PPs. I don't have this technology.
I actually don't have the prices on there, though, so you can tell me who was morning line favorite.
Was that the race? No, I'm getting them all mixed up. Sorry about that. We'll go back and look at it again. Things are moving way too fast for me. But we opened the Stronach 5. We ended, and you can't say that the bet wasn't successful. I mean, the payouts were phenomenal each and every week. You had to like it. It might be a little steeper to dive in at a buck play, but man, when you got to play, for that kind of money, those kind of payouts, you just got to give a little bit more. And people were certainly rewarded. I know Tim gave out multiple winning tickets, so kudos to him for everything he provided.
Yeah, that will be the final renewal of the Stronach 5. It's a mandatory payout as well, so really good incentive to get perhaps some of your friends together and join in on a ticket. It's like Keith highlighted, Overlay City every single week. This Stronach 5 has paid up. So join us again as we kick things off tomorrow. In the interim, 9 races coming your way on this absolutely gorgeous sunny day here in Maryland. Do hope you can join us.
Get outside and enjoy it. It's a beautiful day, and good luck.